Hey, welcome back, guys. This is Pharaoh with episode 5, I believe it is, of the free-to-play series here today. So, we are at about 5 days total played for the server, or not server, for this account. We're on day 6 for the server. So we have 2 days and 33 minutes, so you get 7 days when you start of these open, so, just about 5 days in here. And we're doing pretty well on the Arbiter missions, so I'll show you guys that now. We are at the part where you fuse Justice CR. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and fuse the Justice CR now. We'll finish this up and get the Sacred, and then we can pop that today and see what happens there. Okay. Wonder what I have on her. Are you allowed to, just pull them out, I guess. Oh, these were for like missions or something. So if you guys haven't played in a while, maybe you're getting back into Raid or you haven't played before, about a week or two ago, they added this into the game where you can sell gear that's currently on a champion. So, bad gear like this 2-star gear, you can just sell it right off the champion. This stuff is level 12 because of the missions. I had to have attack percent pieces, and then this one is probably food anyway, even though it's a 5-star. So for boots, for the most part, you're going to want to have speed. Pretty much no matter what you're working with, damage dealer, support, buffing support, debuffing support, crowd control, you pretty much want speed on every champion. So I think we can even feed the 5-star off too. Yeah, it's just any 3-star at this point is pretty much sellable, I would imagine, too. The rest should be good to go, I think. So let's hop back into here. Okay, this one. Faction Guardians, okay. I'll talk about Faction Guardians in a moment, for anyone that is new and doesn't have any experience with that. But anyway, now we got Justice CR here. We are going to be able to go ahead and take these 4 champions up to 4-star level 40 and then full ascend them as well. And then we're going to fuse them into Relic Keeper. We're not going to do that until we have to for the Arbiter missions. So here we're finishing this one. We got that done. Collect our Sacred Shard. And then we've got some more stuff here. And then whatever else. So we'll have to hit, stage 10 of Ice Golem. So this is still stuff that I can do, for sure. I don't know why this is a golden mission. Alright, I don't know why that's golden. Or that one, but... Alright, it's every 6 for some reason. Anyway, we get to the end of the 3rd section here, part 3, and it says to fuse Relic Keeper, so we'll do that then. That's when we fuse him. A lot of this stuff is honestly pretty easy. Stage 10 of Spider and Fire Knight could be difficult. I'm already able to farm stage 13, I think, and of Dragons and Ice Golem. So we'll take a look at the Faction Guardian first here. In here, we should have a champion up in here running. You always want to have a champion in the XP area here on the Guardian Ring, so that you're just getting free XP. Some people say that you should unlock these, and over time that does pay for itself, but early on I'd like to push these Arbiter missions as much as I can, so I'd rather keep the gems on hand to trade in for energy and be able to keep pushing those. Especially in the next 2 days when we have the potion keeps open. It's just it's good to push that as far as you possibly can right away. So anyway, and here we have all the different factions, all 15 of them, and you can put in 2 champions that you have duplicates of. Rares would go here, epics, and then legendaries. And then you get extra stats for that faction for that specific rarity, is my understanding of this. I mean, it says right here, Guardians boost the stats of all champions of the same rarity in their faction. So rares, these would only be buffing rares. They wouldn't be buffing the epics or the legendaries or anything else. So That is important to note there, but it is helpful to get extra stats. At least the first one, the extra health is pretty good for sure. Now on my account, I actually don't have any rares in there because I don't use any. I only have to have rares for the first secret room you have to clear in Doom Tower, and that's it. And then there is a void. There is one that's a void only, like void 3-star, I think, void rare secret room. So then that's sort of its own thing, but yeah. We have a bunch of arena stuff we need to collect here and do in the next couple of hours as well. All this energy is basically from part 2, getting through that. You get a bunch of extra energy at the end, and then we can keep pushing through here. So yeah, we're going to be able to do this quite easily. And then with these ones in specific, clear a certain stage or higher 10 times on auto. If you have super raids on, it's 5, because it's doing 2 battles per run when you have super raids on, and it does actually track it that way. In these missions, it does count it as 2 battles. So I can, let's just go ahead and I'll show it. Oh, I thought I could do higher, but we'll do 10 for now. It doesn't really matter too much. Like maybe you get some gear that's usable in here, but yeah. Yeah, this is the team. This is the team that I'm using for every dungeon so far. Haven't thrown anything else in yet. And then I did put some books into 2 Hanorach and Madame Cerise, and then he's almost fully booked as well. So let's just do this run, and I'll show you guys how that looks. Because if you're using the same promo code, link code, whatever stuff that I'm using, then you'll have all these champions as well. So we'll run and go ahead and do that. Something you want to make sure you're doing is continuing to use the promo codes. I know that I said I would look them up. I don't know if it was in the last episode or the previous one. I can't remember, but when I look them up, I find some sites have like 10 of them active. Some sites say that there's like only 2 active. So I don't know. I still have to run through and check some of those out. And then also from the last video, we talked about some of the goals we were setting. And I forgot about Mithrala in Hydra. I'm just so used to like, I don't even think about Mithrala when I'm doing Hydra, I guess. It's just kind of like, just clear it, get the stone skin and protection gear, and then I don't have to look at it anymore. And then, of course, once you get Mithrala, you don't actually see the shards anymore. You don't get more copies of Mithrala or anything. So I kind of just forgot, but yeah, we're going to definitely go for her and try to get her done pretty quickly. I think it's reasonable to say that you can get 3 a week from doing normal. So like one chest will have 1, and then the other chest will have 2. I think that's a safe thing to say. So at that rate, it would take 33 weeks, which is over half a year. So if there is some champion we could pull that would help with Hydra, that would be awesome. We do have good Hydra champions already. We have 2 Hanorach, we have Rector Drath, we have Ugo, we have I mean, these 2 are going to be used for the damage. Not that they're high quality options for it, but that's what's going to happen. So yeah, not a whole bunch in terms of Hydra champions at the beginning of an account, but you want to do what you can. Also, Chimera opens at level 35 apparently. So I missed it for the first week. I should already actually have done a run on easy here. Oh wow! And it doesn't matter, as long as you can get 900,000 damage, you have a chance. Probably not a very good chance, but there is a chance that you can get his fragments right away, even in the first week. So unfortunate that I missed that. That is my bad, but otherwise I've been pretty good about using stuff. I haven't been great about the clan boss keys either, actually, the Demon Lord, because some of them are tied to missions. So I don't know if we can go through here and see any. Shouldn't be too hard to find any here. There's not many. So here's one, yeah. So deal 5 million damage to the Demon Lord on a single difficulty. The minimum difficulty is normal. So it's important to read stuff like that to make sure that you're doing normal or higher. So this first one is easy, so you want to do at least normal. Make sure you get that done. And yeah, and then the same team I use for dungeons, I'm using for clan boss. It's literally the same team everywhere. I brought Spirit Host up to 5 stars because I intend to use her for the Dark Elves faction. And I'd like to push the Dark Elves faction as much as I can in the first week here. There's only going to be 3 days of it being open, I think, left. There's 2 days of... It's either 3 or 2. Because server reset time and the time I started the account aren't the same, so there's some overlap there. But yeah, these 3 should help definitely to push. I would really like to get to stage 13 if possible and start farming legendary perception equipment materials in Faction Wars. I know you guys have seen some of these sets on my champions. This is the perception set here. So we can go ahead and pull a couple just to show you guys what it is. So unfortunately it's flat defense. I was excited for a moment, and then yeah, if it was defense percent, this would be great. Something important to keep in mind if you're new to this game or any gacha game, there are going to be some pieces that it's guaranteed to be flat. Like in this game, it's the top 3 pieces, so the weapon, the helmet, and the shield. And then the bottom 3, the glove, the chest, and the boots are all they can all have percentage stats, or boots can have speed, or gloves can have crit damage and crit rate. Chests can have resistance and accuracy, but they have all 3 of the percentage stats as well, being defense, HP, and attack. So you want to make sure you have percentage equipment if you're going to be using defense, attack, or HP on the bottom 3. So the glove, the chest, and the boots. So yeah, unfortunately it was almost good. If it was defense percent, this would have been a massive upgrade to something extremely good, but that is definitely trash. So we can pop that. We can do some more here, but you can see the materials that are used up there. So here we got a helmet. This one looks like it has good potential. It's got speed and defense percent. And then the reason this is an important set is because it's got plus 40 accuracy and plus 5% speed. And you only have to have 2 of these artifacts on your champion to get this set effect. If you have 4, you'd be getting plus 80 accuracy and plus 10 speed. If you had 6, you would have plus 120 accuracy and plus 15 speed. And getting accuracy and speed early on is the most important stats to get for the most part, because you want to be landing your debuffs every time you can. It's going to make the bosses a lot easier, especially things like putting attack breaks on bosses, putting poison on the clan boss. Specific debuffs are going to help you survive or defeat the boss in a much more effective manner. So we can upgrade this. It does have speed, so it could be an upgrade for something. Okay, no speed there. Because we're so early on in the account, it's not a bad idea to go to level 12 just to see if we get the speed. So I don't know if we will. Nice, we did. So it's, from a 5-star, you'd kind of like to have 10, or you can have more potentially. It's pretty rare though. Usually it's going to be 10 at the highest. 6 stars can be like 12 at 1. At 2, it'd be like 18 at 6 stars for an artifact, and for a 5-star, you would be hoping for like 15. So generally, for speed, the star level of the equipment you're using is how much speed you'd like it to go up by. So again, for speed for 6-star equipment, you'd want it to go up by 6 every time it rolls into speed, and then for 5-star, you'd want it to go up 5. But this is fine, especially early on. So that's a good usable piece now. And even though it doesn't have accuracy on the piece, it does have some speed. It does have defense percent. This is the kind of thing that would be good on like a buffer and debuffing support champion that you want to have speed on, some tankiness on, and then get the extra accuracy, at least from the set effect. So that's a little breakdown there. I guess I only have one more, but yeah, if you can move higher into Faction Wars, you can farm this legendary equipment. And you will get enough of this from the path early on, or what's the term? The Arbiter missions, to do 3 pulls of 5 to 6-star equipment. You'll want to use any charms you have there, but you will get 3 pulls. So that's how I got 2 pieces for 2 Hanorach pretty quickly, like day 1. So very valuable there. That's why you want to push Faction Wars. And of course, Faction Wars, you get free stuff as you move up. This is going to seem very, very hard at first when you have nothing built. And then if you were somebody that wasn't pushing this very hard, you weren't thinking about it, about doing it actively, you weren't doing it every day, there would be a time where you would come back in here and you would probably be able to get the first 13 stages of this cleared. I would like to have the first 13 stages 3-starred for every faction after, I would say, 40 days, 40, 45, so like a month and a half the most. I'd like to have the first 13 stages. So that's 39 stars in every faction here. And that would be a number. How many would that be? So 39 times 15 factions. That'd be 585. So that'd be 585 stars out of the 945 that you need. And if you ever want to know about like the rewards, you can click on the this here, and then you can look at them. You're not going to be looking at hard as a beginning player. You have to beat everything on normal first, 3-star everything. So where would that get us if we got to there? That would bring us to a void shard, actually, which is cool. But along the way, you get books, tomes, shards, ton of books and shards in here. So great way to get some free resources and help to boost your account by building some teams into this and pushing that content there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Just keep pushing the Arbiter missions as hard as you can. I feel great to be here on day 5. I know I said in one video, like the first or second video, that you can get through this day 1. I don't think that's possible free to play. I don't think there's literally any way that you could possibly do that free to play. If someone has, and you can like link the information or tell me where to go to find it, that'd be awesome to see if someone else has done that. But I think you would have to pay to get more champions, get more chickens, be able to boost things up faster to be able to get through these first 2. I mean, it's really, really insane. If to get like this far, day 1 would be insane. But yeah, you guys let me know if you've ever heard anything like that. But day 5 for me, I think is extremely good. That gives me 2 more days here to keep pushing through and get this stuff done. Now for I don't see it in here, but we're gonna have to do Fire Knight at some point. When we get into Fire Knight, there's actually a common champion. Crazy enough, a common champion that can help in there. It's kind of nice to have Lightsworn. He's got a triple hitting A1, so I can break the shield on the Fire Knight faster, and he decreases turn meter, which is nice. But there's also this common here. Only has 1 skill, hits 1 enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 25% chance, and you only need to get 5 of this guy. He only has 4 skill ups on the entire champion. You have a 25% chance to decrease turn meter by 20%. So, you know, if you're on the luckier side, every single time he takes a turn, he'd be decreasing the Fire Knight's turn meter by 20%. And then if you put him in there with like an attacking team up attack champion like Crusader, everybody gets him for free from the first stage, actually, or like the 3rd or 4th or something. Everyone, I think, is guaranteed to get Crusader. The ally joining the attack lose their default skill, so you can bring him in, and every other turn that this guy takes, he's going to be teaming up with a random ally. He's got a two times hit on the A1 as well. So you could make some kind of silly things happen really early on with like those 2. So yeah, thought I'd throw that in there. Something that's also helpful for the Sacred Order faction is this common has an AoE. When you get a stun set, you could actually build this common champion up to like 4-star level 40. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like, you know, if you get something to 4-star level 40, you can use it while it's viable to you, and then when you're like, well, I don't really need it anymore, and you can just go ahead and 5-star it and use it as a fodder, you know, as a chicken to make a different 6-star. So you could actually get some value out of her if you really needed it. Armiger, reducing turn meter on this attack if it's critical, and then this one can do enemy max HP damage, and enemies cannot be revived by this skill. This is easily the best uncommon in the game. I don't think anyone would dispute that. This guy is, like, even for accounts that spend money, a lot of those accounts would get a ton of value out of him early on. So this skill here hits, so it's a 2-turn cooldown, so it's hitting every other time that he moves. It does enemy max HP damage, so to the spider, it's extremely good. To any boss, it's going to be really good. And then for like Spider and Ice Golem specifically, and Fire Knight can work as well. He can also decrease turn meter by 30% if the attack is critical. I mean, while it's a 100% chance, as long as you have the accuracy and you crit, you're getting the decreased turn meter. There is an innate resistance in this game where you cannot place everything unless it's specifically in the skill that it cannot be blocked or resisted. There's always a chance to fail, but you can make it a very, very good chance to succeed with some accuracy. And then, again, the crit rate. So he's awesome there. Thought I'd talk about him while we were over here. I actually have a area in my vault here where I'm pulling together champions that have potentially useful skills. Satyr here is another champion that would be like for Fire Knight. His A2 is a quadruple hit. Damfir has an AoE on her second skill. That does decrease speed, I believe, so she could be good for the Undead Horde faction crypt. Armiger we talked about. Soros, he has 2 skills and they're both AoEs. Outstanding option for stun on the Lizardmen faction, and some people used to use him as a farmer. I wouldn't recommend it. I've tried him before. I've actually 60'd him. He's the only uncommon that I think I've ever brought to 60, and he just sits there. I probably just need to feed him off, but then we have Herald here. He can bring the big version of an increased crit rate buff on his skill 2 for your whole team, and then that's for 2 turns, and I think it's a 2-turn cooldown, so you'd have like constant crit rate up, and this is for night revs. Not sure if that's actually going to be usable. I'm just kind of looking at that one at the moment. Shield Guard is very, very good. Has an AoE, and when he hits and crits on stuff, he gets turn meter back. Really, really good Spider champion. Great Minotaur champion, which, not that you need something to master Minotaur, but he can be good too. Zephyr Sniper has an AoE on her A1, and then a continuous heal buff on her A2, so good for the Barbarians, I'm pretty sure she's in. Outlaw Monk has a poison on his second skill, 2 poisons that he places, so you can use him in Clan Boss to get a bunch of poison damage when you're really early on in the game. And then this one here, I can't remember what this one does at the moment, but she kind of intrigued me. So she has an AoE on a 3-turn cooldown, 50% chance of decreasing the enemy's speed for 2 turns, and then this one increases speed of the ally with the highest turn meter, except this champion, for 1 turn. So not a ton of value there, but like a little bit. But I thought the AoE was kind of interesting on her, so yeah, just kind of looking at that. But really, most of what I'm building right now is more rares, epics, like the legendaries I have. So, but yeah, we're gonna start building some uncommons. Rough Stone here, I was happy to get. He also has an A1 AoE, so a good stun option for Urban Tribes. We pulled this one out of a uncommon shard, or the mystery shards. So her skills are good for poisoning for the clan boss as well. Brings a decreased attack and a decreased defense potentially too, so she's kind of a nasty little unit for clan boss, so I thought she could be kind of fun to check her out and build her for that function. Greybeard I was able to finally pick up from the 4th area in campaign. He's a great option for freezing, AoE freezing champion, so crowd control. Has a provoke, so good for the skinwalkers for sure. Valerie, you're going to want one of her for the Bannerlord faction. Can increase the buffs for 1 turn on your team, increase buff duration, decrease debuff duration, and then places an attack, increase attack buff. Places shields here. Executioner is good for the night revs. He can do this skill where he gets counterattack and defense. He can AoE hit to decrease turn meter. This is guaranteed. The decreased turn meter is guaranteed. and then has a 50, well, not, I don't want to say, when I say guaranteed, I mean 100%. Again, if there is an innate resistance. So I don't want to say like, when I say guaranteed, I mean like 100% chance. Like the increase here is not for the turn meter at all. You should be getting that the majority of the time as long as you got enough accuracy. But it is a 75% chance of placing a decreased speed for 2 turns, and it's on a 3-turn cooldown, so thought he would be a good option too. And then he has a stun on the A1. He is a farmable champion from Chapter 11 of campaign. So I'm going to farm him up first, I think, and then I might go ahead and farm up a different one if I need skill ups for it. I'm wondering where he is here. This guy, Templar, also a great option for Bommel for Doom Tower, so we're looking into Doom Tower champions. Scraper will likely be built for the Scarab boss, Scarab King in Doom Tower as well. So yeah, you're kind of just looking around for different things you can use. This one is also helpful for the Scarab King in Doom Tower. Places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield is proportional to this champion's level. This is a 2-turn shield on a 2-turn cooldown, so I'm really happy that I pulled him now. I didn't know this at first, but yeah, definitely good for the Scarab King. Absolutely there. But yeah, so things are looking up. I pulled Duke the Pierced off camera out of like 2 blue shards, so very happy to have him for the Orc faction as well, if I did not say that in the last video. So, yep. Here we're 100% looking for Brogni. No question about that. Between these two, I'd rather pull this one because we're going to get Mausoleum Mage level 40 because of the link code we have. But this guy can be used as a shield champion and a shield increasing champion for clan boss, and you can build an infinity team with him basically. Not as good as Wixwell, but definitely viable. And then this is an HP burn, which would be super nice to have. I need that for Spider. I need an HP burn somewhere, so yeah, that will be there. We'll throw these here together too. And yeah, let's pop them. Fury Stroker heals the ally with the lowest HP by 7.5% each turn. This heal can be critical. Okay, this stuff confuses me. The Apothecary has the same thing. It tells you how much it's going to heal for, and then it's like, it could be critical, though, if you want it to be. Removes debuffs from a target ally, heals the target. The healing increases according to the amount of debuffs removed. That's a 3-turn cooldown. This can place an extra hit. Maybe he'll be okay as a healer. I'm not sure. I feel like I've pulled him. But that's a big pull. That's legitimately, this is actually a good rare. Yeah, okay. This one can attacks one enemy, has a 25% chance of inflicting a critical hit, and that's on every skill. An additional 25% chance of critting. So you only need 75% crit rate on her, which makes her way easier to build early on than some of the other ones are. The third skill will hit the one enemy and then has a 100% chance when booked up here to fully deplete the target's turn meter. Outstanding option for Spider. Anything that you can decrease the turn meter on, this is going to be really, really good for. This one here attacks one enemy, has a in this one we'll ignore 75% of the target's defense. This should mean that it can absolutely destroy whatever it's hitting, but I'm not sure if her multipliers are that big. Maybe they are for this skill. And then this one is an AoE, so a great option again for stun set if you wanted to put her in that. But yeah, she is an absolutely awesome one to get early on, so massive rare there. Nice. No, oh, it's Magister. I thought it was Apothecary. Yeah, never mind. I thought it was Apothecary. Okay. Well, he could be okay for the high elves. He has a revive on death and a reflect damage on a target ally, then heals all other allies by 10% of the target's HP. So if you put it on himself, if he's got like the highest HP or whatever the highest HP target is, you can heal everyone for more. has an AoE heal reduction, and then this. I thought it was Apothecary. I was like, wow, cool. Talking about things that can heal in a critical manner. So, all right, come on, legendary. All right, Grim Skin. Okay, attacks all enemies. If you book him, he can remove 1 buff from each target. Each hit can provoke. Has a 40% chance of placing a provoke on all enemies for 1 turn if the first provoke is placed. That's not bad. And then we have a decreased speed here, the big version of decreased speed. So he's okay. Not at all what I would have wanted, but he is okay. So anyway, this episode has gotten pretty long. If you guys stuck around this long, thank you. I'll see everybody next time.